I'm Larry Farver, and let's queer up students and youth culture. Democrats flip school boards as voters reject GOP culture wars. Democratic-backed candidates scored major wins in school board races across the country on election night, signaling voter fatigue with Republican-led culture wars over books, bathrooms, and LGBTQ+ inclusion. In Pennsylvania alone, Democrats flipped at least 24 seats, and in Cypress, Texas, they picked up 3 seats, ending 2 years of Republican control. Candidates endorsed by Moms for Liberty and Turning Point USA lost in New Jersey's Ocean City, and Republicans also lost ground in suburbs around Columbus, Ohio, according to Politico. The shift comes after years of heated conservative campaigns targeting mass trans-inclusive policies and what they've called, quote, pornographic books. Anti-LGBTQ parents' rights groups such as Moms for Liberty and Leave Our Kids Alone rose to prominence with the support from GOP leaders, including Ron DeSantis and Glenn Youngkin. But this year, voters prioritized the economy and school safety over transgender issues. The Cato Institute found Lesley Guilmart, newly elected in Cypress, said, quote, folks just want their school boards to be boring again. They want normalcy, end quote. Democrats there emphasized restoring basic governance, especially after conservatives banned 13 textbook chapters on climate change, diversity, and vaccines. Pennsylvania winner Daniel Kimikata said, quote, national politics is very performative, but local politics is very personal. One of the messages that really resonated with voters was that there was no national political agenda that we're bringing to the school board, end quote. Well, there's a lot there. I think, we have to look at several things. There weren't many major elections. There were some gubernatorial elections, and luckily in some of the northern states where they won out in the blue, which is great.
Blue.
Yes, blue. Yes. The whole thing though about banning books and differences in thought and just using, teaching young people to use their brains and make decisions for themselves rather than being robots.
Critical thinking is so
dangerous. Oh my God.
I'm so afraid.
Oh.
Well, I'd like to point out that the 4-letter acronym for Leave Our Kids Alone is LOCA, as in crazy. And speaking of crazy, it's been such a pleasure to watch Moms for Lobotomies crash and burn. As Daniel Kimikata said, quote, national politics is very performative, but local politics is very personal, end quote. These are important words to remember when it comes to upcoming local elections. Vote, vote, vote.
Yes. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.